Okay, guys, we are live! So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I'll be your friendly, what am I going to be? I'm going to be friendly Soul Master today, because today we are carrying on with our ongoing adventure, returning to Cubicle 7's excellent Age of Sigmar, Warhammer Age of Sigmar RPG, Soulbound. And with me today are the stars of the Soulbound adventure, the Iron Groves of Karaznethil. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here, and why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing today. We've got one new member of the Binding as well, too, a returning player in the Saturday morning sessions. We'll start with you, Jeffrey. Who are you playing today?
Hey, everybody. I'm Jeff, and I'm playing Cal, and I don't remember a lot about them, and I don't actually have a lot of notes in here. I'm a Harrier, is my archetype, and I'm an elf. Elf is my species.
Very nice. Next up is Robert.
Hi, I'm Robert, and I'm playing as Alicia. She is a Stormcast Eternal Night Quester from the Hallowed Knight Stormhost.
Very nice. Next up is John.
Hey everyone, I am John, and I'm playing Nox, just a typical human, but he is a battle wizard of the Bright School, and he likes fire.
And last, but certainly not least, is Will.
Hi, I'm Will. I'm playing Derek Kurgison. He is a Duarden Inrigger.
Very nice. So, this adventure started, Jeff, with two heroes in a pickup session. And they enjoyed the game enough, so we continued on, and then we introduced Will for the next pickup session. And he enjoyed it enough that we continued playing. So, the heroes have been added slowly to this binding. You are the latest in this, but it is carrying on a proud tradition of adding more heroes as we go along. What's happened thus far, guys? What brought us to this? And for those listening at home, it's been about a little more than a month since almost 2 months since we played this last, so we're going to do a little bit of catch-up first.
Well, it all started with Alicia getting this idea of gathering an artifact to help cleanse the pockets of chaos in the areas, and I believe she believes it's her god's will, Sigmar.
Yeah.
To do that, and Nox was tagging along because they kind of knew each other from the city. His main drive is to collect.
Different god though. Remember Grungni? We rolled randomly. Yeah, Grungni is the dwarven god
of the craft. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, of the forge, and so Nox was in the same city, looking to set up a name for himself and gather information and power. And he was tagging along with Alicia because they're kind of friends. Mm-hmm. And that led us to Rumors of Karaznethil. So we booked an airship to fly there, and then
what was it about Karaznethil that interested you? Do you recall?
There's some strange blend between the dwarves, or what do they call the name?
Dwarden.
So there was actually something that first you were actually looking for that ended up leading to Karaznethil, and then that had a happy coincidence with one of your former comrades.
Yeah, it was the Forge of Found Futures. Found Futures?
That's right, okay. Yeah. A artifact dating back of the Duarden, dating back to the Age of Myth. Something that was said to be carried by King Rumnar Grimdrak when he fled in the aftermath of chaos when the dwarven gods fell silent. And your research, Alicia, where did it suggest that they ended up?
Well, in a forest, I don't recall which one, by I'm forgetting the name of them, Sylvaneth.
Yeah.
And the Sylvaneth took them in. And, as far as peoples, you would imagine that they're very, very different. But somehow they created a place called Karaznethil, which was a melding of the two races. So, as I think you put it, Kev, you would find perhaps the Sylvaneth producing great masterworks of, like weapons or whatnot, and you would find Dwarden tending the groves. And so...
So these are the Sylvaneth, Jeff, if you're not familiar with them.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. They're like tree folk, kind of.
Yeah.
And one of the... so in the Soulbound setting is called the Mortal Realms, largely because there are a number of different realms that correspond to the different winds of magic, and as well as chaos. Do you remember which of the realms? You don't even remember the name, but do you remember the character of the realm where Karaznethil is found?
The name of the realm?
Yeah, or the character.
Or
If you remember, the name is Shaman, but do you remember what?
Okay.
Is the realm of metal. So
okay, yep.
One of the things about the Sylvaneth there and the Iron Groves is because, like any of the other places that have that are present in the Mortal Realms, they pick up a bit of a character of whatever they've traveled through. So, or whatever place they are. So the Groves had characteristics and qualities of metal, as did the Sylvaneth who lived there. So there was also some commonalities between the Duarden. And in the thousands of years since then, it doesn't appear to be any of the Duarden who left Karaznethil, and it's thought that the Forge of Found Futures was probably still there. But then you guys found some bad news about Karaznethil. What was that?
Gone, destroyed, chaos.
It fell to chaos, yes. The forces of Nurgle came, and while there was still a resistance, there had traditionally been, since the coming of the Duarden to the Iron Groves, had been two kings. There was the Warden King, who was the Duarden, and the Tree Lord. And it's said that Warden King Adagrim was still running a resistance there at a kind of like some kind of guerrilla force that was trying to still recapture Karaznethil, and they were being supplied. Durek was part of one of those supply caravans, or supply. What's a caravan in the sky? I don't know what you would call that. Relief missions or whatever. What happened to Durek's relief mission?
The ship was attacked by some of the. They were like flying bugs.
Yeah.
And they attacked, and he fled, and that's how he met up with Leisha and Nox.
Yeah, we found him floating in the sky, being pursued by the bugs.
Yes.
Yeah.
So somehow Kev had to throw in a ship, being destroyed.
Yeah, like
what happened off camera.
What happened was they were traveling by airship to get there, and then as one of the things they happened to encounter, in addition to some other strange things in the realm of what do you call it? The realm of metal, including a forged dragon. You guys, or forged drake. Yeah, they saw something strange floating in the horizon, just a single thing going along, and it was Durek nearly passed out, having flown his engineer's rig all the way, just hoping to come across some kind of help. They brought him in, helped him, and then Durek, it seems, had been called by Grungni as well. And what did you guys find when you arrived at Karaznethil?
A fairly big storm, I believe, that we had to get our way through. So we punched through it like a breakneck speed, ended up battling some stuff that took interest, and then we freaking Mass Effect dived into the planet while the airship took off again.
Yeah.
Well, into the forest.
Yep.
And then we made our way carefully towards trying to find the camp of the dwarves.
Yeah.
And the Sylvaneth.
Yeah. So you found the camp of Warden King Adagrim. What do you remember about the camp itself, if anything?
Well, they were trying to fight off the corruption coming in. It was very nomadic, so they were on the move constantly, trying to avoid the critters.
Yeah.
They're very, somewhat difficult to find, which is good for them. And we actually we found them because we got close enough, and the Sylvaneth spotted us, and they came in to investigate. Took us there.
Yeah.
And this is the camp of the king of those tree folk.
No, he's a Duarden. So in the Mortal Realms, canonically, this takes place after the end of the world in the Warhammer Fantasy world. So this has been like thousands of years have passed. 2 ages have passed until the Age of Sigmar. Dwarves in this setting are called Duarden. Elves in this setting are called Elves with an A. So
okay.
It is Duarden.
Yeah, the difference is
They
the main
found,
difference is there's a feeling of hope in this setting, I think, is what Kevin said.
absolutely. The feeling in this is that your heroes are trying to bring a better world in this, and can do that through downtime activities, through actions in the session, which is very different from 40K or from Warhammer Fantasy.
Okay.
But yeah, there are still the community that is Karaznethil is Sylvaneth and Duarden. The king, you did find something about, so the two kings, there was Tree Lord Grindylac and there was Warden King Adagrim. Adagrim has survived, although he's pretty fucked up. And his people are pretty fucked up. And by his people, it's both the Sylvaneth and the Duarden. They don't make a distinction between the two. But what did you hear about Tree Lord Grindylac?
That he had participated in some kind of ritual to seal off the area where the artifact is.
Yeah.
And his survival is unknown, but presumed dead.
Yeah, one of the things that they learned, they knew a Duarden from before, and one of her parents is from Karaznethil, so she used to sing songs in Sylvaneth. And it's sort of like the working song that you would do, like Duardens would do when they were all working together, only she would use the Sylvaneth language as opposed to Duarden. And it's a song. Apparently, Tree Lord Grindylac used the magic of song to secure a place called the... oh yeah, you guys have the map as well. Right.
Yes.
So this is a guide, Cal.
Ah.
You guys arrived at the Sentry Woods, made your way to Adagrim's camp, and they were talking about how to get through. The Kaza Lamentiri is a place where the ancestors of the Duarden watch over the pods that grow into Sylvaneth. So there is a whole cluster of, like, another generation of Sylvaneth in the Kaza Lamentiri. The thought is that the Forge of Found Futures is in there as well. And it has, Tree Lord Grindylac gave his life to secure that place, to prevent them from getting in there. So the thought is that they are there, but everything else is corrupted by Nurgle, the chaos, the ruinous power of disease and corruption.
And, our goal is to get into there to see if we can find that forge. But I think we came to the conclusion we need to explore the entire area to find out clues on how to bypass it.
Yeah.
Without breaking it down and letting corruption in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we went to the Gates of First Welcome, right? And that's where we found a Duarden who was being tormented by, and I can't remember exactly what they were, but tormented by a few.
Yeah.
I'm sure Kev's about to pull up an appropriate illustration.
Yeah. Fireballing them was exceedingly
satisfying.
Gratifying.
Yes. Yes.
Gratifying. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. It was a bunch of small Nurglings that were up there, and
yes.
they're fantastic as well too.
Yep.
Basically, imagine like an infected pimple, but with teeth.
Yeah.
That's effective. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the little tongues, those suck too.
Yeah.
Gross.
All these things seem to have tongues, and sometimes two or three of them.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, Nox, while we were in the camp, he learned a new spell. He's been using his Eldritch Sight to examine the energies around the area. So he learned how to pull cleansing power out of the ether and focus it to cleanse areas. So he's been making use of that in order to help the camp and whatnot.
Yeah, and there has been some just mechanically speaking, there's been a fair bit of stuff that creates like zones that will poison people and stuff like that. So that it's a helpful tool to have in your toolbox.
I had no body training or focuses, so I've been spending points to build that up because Noct was not built for this environment.
All right. So then, Cal, that's sort of what has brought all the rest of the binding to here. What do you think has brought Cal here? We assume that he's got a connection to Grungni as well, to the Duarden god of the Forge, who has brought the others together. What do you think did Cal travel here on his own accord? Did he have dreams of the place? Did he happen to find himself here and then start dreaming?
Yeah, I like that idea. I like the idea that he kind of got pulled into it. You know, he was traveling as he got closer. You know, at first he just sort of was on the edge of it and had a dream to just sort of head west, or, you know, like, and so then as he moved closer, the dreams sort of became more vivid and pulled him in until he sort of just arrived exactly at this place and encountered the others.
Okay.
So you found the picture.
I found the picture of the nerdling.
He's horrible.
Nox cooked him.
Oh no, there's worse.
Yeah. He's actually kind of cute compared to what mostly we see.
Yeah, there's some truly awful. Oh yeah, right. You guys did learn there are 3 greater demons in here too, right?
Yes, we did.
And you cooked them.
And we did what?
I'm sure that.
These
Kev
are
mentioned that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Kev mentioned the little things like nurglings that keep spawning, but once we kill a great unclean one, they're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the ways in the Gates of First Welcome are one of the ways that you can access Karaznethil, and traditionally the way that people went. There was also a back route through the Stinger Spite hives that they considered, but I believe you guys ran into the Stinger Spite swarms at one point. Imagine a steel-infused Japanese hornet. And that's kind of what you would imagine the Stinger Spites are. They are quite agitated. And the other thing about the setting that I can't remember if we talked about before, Jeff, but the sort of permeation of magic into things and into the qualities, like there is realm stones. So each of the different areas, you can craft shit from the magically infused materials in there. Nox has recovered some, I believe. Or was it Nox or Direk?
Nox did grab stuff.
Because it was like I can't remember what it was from
the something. Yeah,
for the forest
from the
right?
corrupted wolf. Yeah, the corrupted wolf.
Right. So
and there's I think you said I can get 100 drops of shamanite per moat.
Yes.
Once they're able to forge it down.
Yeah. So each of the different realms has its own kind of magical substance that can be made into like potions or fucking weapons or armor or whatnot, and they all have different qualities to them.
Okay.
So I mentioned that because the honey of the Stinger Spite hives can actually harden your skin and give you extra armor by consuming it. If you eat too much, you will get sick and you'll become too stone-like. But
I think one of the coolest things I liked that Kevin said is the drops and the vials and the spheres. Not only can you use them for healing purposes, but they're extra currency as well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they're like special currency for that area. Or even for other areas.
There are local currency. The one that
others.
Everyone tends to use is something called Aqua Garanis. Aqua Garanis is water that is from the realm of Gyran, which is the realm of life. You'll see you've got something on there that says drops, files, and I can't remember what the next one up is.
Spheres.
Spheres. Those can be used, the drops can be used on a 1-per-1 basis to restore your blue bar. Your resolve? No.
I know they can get rid of a condition.
Yeah, and you use 10 of them to get rid of a condition, which is a file. And then you can use, is it 50 of them to use? Is it the sphere to get rid of a wound?
I think it's 100. Yeah, a sphere.
A sphere to get rid of a wound.
100 drops, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And those are like instant things. Otherwise, you got to rely on healing naturally.
Yeah. And wounds are more serious. Like, you're not really, if you're taking wounds, you're still not that badly hurt. It's once you're, so like, your characters can get beaten up pretty fucking badly and take a licking in this game. So when you run out of toughness and you start taking wounds, that is not the end of the world. 4 wounds, typically, unless you're a Dwarven, you take, I think 5 kills you. That's when things start getting really dangerous.
We did recover something from the Forge Drake. I got here in my notes.
I thought so, yeah.
We got parts of the corpse of it, and we can spend an endeavor to harvest some more shamanite from it during downtimes. So,
yeah. Okay. We also learned about the awesome nature of damaging things. You can damage armor with certain of your things. Dirac has a chain, what do you call it? Drill, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Which one is the one that does the rending effect, Dirac?
The chainsaw.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's my chainsaw.
Okay, yeah. That cuts away levels of armor as well as doing damage.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Nice.
then I think we're picking up at the gates of Karaznethil. And unless there's anything else you guys can recall or anything else you want to ask, Jeff.
Just a clarification. What are those the honey drops do again from the wasp?
Oh yeah. So if you let's see here.
I thought I did, but apparently not.
Where is it here? Quicksilver honey. Ingesting a serving of Quicksilver honey increases your armor by 1 for 1 day. Each pot contains enough Quicksilver honey to have 5 servings. If you ingest more than 1 serving at a time, you got to make a body fortitude test, or you temporarily turn to metal and become restrained until you complete a rest. So spread that shit thin on toast, guys. And then, again, we got a great little illustration of the Quicksilver honey.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't that look appetizing? Little modeling paste or... All right, then, Cal. I think you haven't had any connection with these folks before, so
No.
Do we want to quickly just retroactively roleplay your introduction here
Sure.
to each other? So at the camp, you would have met one another, and Leisha, you may not have felt the pull of the binding because your soul belongs to Sigmar, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But Nox and Dirac, you would have felt that connection that Cal would be feeling too. The binding of Grimnir's or Grimnir's connection. And of course, it may not surprise you to learn the forged connections by a god of creation are quite strong.
Mm-hmm.
And Cal would be the only elf here as well. It's not totally unusual to see elves living alongside Sylvaneth, but the Sylvaneth here are so very different from those in any other anywhere else in the mortal realms. Cal, you would have found, if you have spent time around the Sylvaneth before, you would have found the Sylvaneth of Karaznethil to be very peculiar. Much more like Dwarden than you would have anticipated. And I think King Adagrim, Warden King Adagrim, would have done the introductions that this elf showed up as well. And why don't we get some dice rolling, guys? Why doesn't Dirac and Nox each give us a lore check, please? Difficulty, this will be I'm going to say 5. Oh, Alicia, you can roll this as well, just because you actually might have more insight here.
I'm sorry, this is a D6?
Difficulty 5.
Oh, sorry, and I'm rolling on lore?
Correct.
Everybody?
No, just Alicia, Nox, and Dirac.
Oh, just Leisha Knox. Okay.
Something about you
said
that I
lore.
want to see, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, if they know something
5.
about me.
DN5,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so both Nox and Leisha, there is a specific order of elven. They're not from not actually Azir. Azir is the realm of the heavens, and there's a lot of elves that happen to live up there. Mountain dwelling elves mostly. Within kind of across the mortal realms, there is a order of elven either mercenaries or warriors that are called the Shining Company. You recognize Cal's armor as being of that, but it is not. Do you think, does Cal, because remember when we created your character way back, one of the things that came up was that you had been like the sole survivor of something. You remember?
Oh, right.
We were joking that it was the Witch King of Goldulgur, instead of effectively like the Necromancer of Mirkwood kind of type thing. That you were the only survivor of this, captured, and then you escaped, and then you sort of been traveling because of you didn't want to face the other surviving members of the Shining Company.
Yeah.
Would you be maintaining your armor the same way the Shining Company does, with pristine and clean and whatnot, or would it have been seeing some evidence that you were not necessarily paying the closest of attention any longer?
Yeah, I probably have not been paying attention, especially like if you look at where this place is, like where I've been traveling, like it's probably covered in mud, and it isn't looking the same as it should.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
So Leisha and Nox, you would immediately recognize that Cal has the accoutrements of one of these legendary kind of military units among the elves. Definitely champions of order. But he looks like he has been, for one, they typically fight in formation, and secondly, you can see that the armor, Alicia, this is probably most apparent to you, the armor's not maintained. There's little things that would be, it's not non-functional in any way, it's still functioning fully, but there are little things that you see where, dirt creeps into cracks that are challenging to get out, so if you don't have the time or the inclination, you just fucking leave it.
Yeah.
What do you guys do? Leisha and Nox will both recognize that. Nox is the only one who both recognizes the company and the connection.
Well, that kind of explains why he was able to fill the pull towards the camp so well, even with his second sight. There's actually another thread pulling him. I mean, he's no stranger to interacting with people and relationship building, so he'll immediately approach Cal.
What you would see about Nox, Cal, just what is obviously evident is, for one, he's a wizard of some kind. And given his accoutrements and the nature, he is likely a member of the Bright Order, which is the masters of Akshi, of fire, the wind of fire.
Yeah. He makes no attempt to hide that stuff. It's like there's almost like an aura around him of magic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Greetings.
Hello. You'll notice that Nox's eyes are kind of half focused in on you, and then probably seeing through you or to something else at the same time, because his attention is divided. He says, "I feel some strong connection leading to you. It's something I share with Durek."
He gestures to the Dwarden who's with him as well.
Well, I'm Cal. This may sound strange, but I dreamed of this place. I didn't know if it was the place itself or who I would find here that was pulling me here, but it's interesting that you would say that you feel a connection.
Yeah, our god, and he kind of looks at Durek with like a question mark in his expression. Grungni has brought us together for some mission here. We found each other in the air during an attack by these pest swarms.
What you
trust
know,
your travel here was easier.
What you would know, Cal, about looking at Durek is not only is he obviously a Dwarden, he appears to be from a faction called the Caradron Overlords. They have famous engineers who make all sorts of like steampunk style, technology. They're the ones who fabricate those airships that we saw earlier in the session. He has a rivet gun of some kind. He's got a bunch of other weaponry on him, and he has the engineer's rig, which allows him to fly and move around like a jetpack kind of thing. Durek, do you have your mask down and everything too, or are you, meeting this guy with your face exposed?
I think he'd have his face exposed at this point. I think he pretty much only drops his helm when he knows he's going into combat.
Okay.
I think that's normally how he runs around.
And what's the look that Durek is giving, Cal?
I think he's just straight up confused. He may never met an elf before. May never seen one before.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, so he's kind of like, ooh, who, what is this? This is new, and he's listening to everything going on because he has no idea. So he's just very curious at this point.
It feels like the butt of a joke: a human, a dwarven, and an elf walk into a bar. Yeah, and meet the immortal person over here.
Who right now she's kind of she's observing. She realizes this is a soulbound thing, and but she has her, as always, she has her the mask off, so she looks sort of human, even if rather tall, and she's just kind of standing there, maybe arms crossed against a tree, just observing.
What you would see, Cal, with Leisha, she is obviously a Stormcast Eternal, which is like a reincarnated and reworked mortal who has been transformed into an agent of the god Sigmar.
Well, I can immediately see that the three of you, just like myself, are out of place here in these woods.
Yes, but we were here by choice and destiny. Those things go hand in hand. We plan to assault Karaznethil and cleanse the city and recover the artifact trapped inside, and the birthing place of the Sylvaneth. Is that something
you want to push back the chaos?
Yes, that is our goal and our hope.
That is my struggle as well.
Nox will say, I came here specifically to learn how to do so, and he'll do a minor, like a conjuration of the cleansing fire around him, just enough to like push back in the area just a bit to demonstrate his new spell. So.
And there's a wash of, like you do that trick where you light the fuzz on a sock on fire, and it kind of like there's a wash of fire that goes across, but it doesn't actually burn anything. It's like that hits the ground, and in its wake, it leaves healthy, metallic flaked earth behind instead of the greasy, almost oily substance that seems to infect this place.
And then the smell is just so briefly crisp and clear that it's like, and then since it's only minor display, it comes back within a couple moments. So, but he says I can push back the corruption for a day if I fully empower the spell.
Impressive. Well,
but we must cleanse the actual source so that it may become permanent.
Well, if a sword is what you need to accomplish this, I'm happy to oblige.
But the sword would be very grateful because it's very hard to guard one wizard with these two. We kind of joke at that. I am not that great in combat, but I'm good with fire.
Yeah, mechanically too, Cal. Leisha is a fearsome combatant, but she's kind of closer to like a war priest or a paladin because she also has invocations. Yeah, she has miracles. She can cast divine miracles. Nox can cast spells. Durek can invent shit, and he's got some pretty versatile tricks up close and at range. And then you're a formation fighter, so.
Right. Okay. Perfect.
So, we assume if there's anything else you guys wanted to discuss, we probably brought Cal up to speed for what you understand and what you're in search of. Did Cal have any further insight into how to go about this, or you agree with the plan to reconnoiter Karaznethil and try and find a way to access the Kazal Lementiri?
Well, with the addition of an additional Soulbound, Nox's confidence level has ratcheted up another level, meaning he's more inclined to punching through, but he's holding that back because we really don't know what's in there yet.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, we know there's
fire boom.
We know there's 3 demons, but
Greater demons even.
Yeah. No.
So then, watch. Let's bring ourselves back to the present then, and here we go. So you guys are at the gates of First Welcome, and as a reminder, On either side of the Gates of First Welcome, there is written in Khazalid and then also written in the Sylvaneth script the same phrase: "Those who seek shelter shall find it." And beneath there, in the clumsy words in a colorful array of unspeakable fluids, "But those who seek them aren't far behind." Of course, in addition to being a corrupting force, the ruinous powers are shit posters. So, with these Nurgles, the Nurglings defeated, do you recall the reason that you killed those things?
Oh yeah, they were torturing some Dwarden really badly.
Yeah.
And I think we were able to save him because he was almost dying at that point.
Oh yeah, like they were just waiting. There was infected wounds on him.
Yeah, I think I got a great roll to stave off that.
The death. Let's see, what's our last?
I think I did a.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, 3.
Okay.
Yep. So you've well and truly stabilized him. Do you remember if he was still conscious or did he pass out?
He was conscious, and we gave him the option of like finding his way back or traveling with us, and he chose to go back. He said he could find his way back.
Oh yeah, because I think he was a ranger, wasn't he?
Yes, one of the scouts or something.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So then that leaves Karaznethil open before you guys. What would you like to do?
Get inside.
The first. Ooh, the Seeping Square. Now, what approach are you planning on doing here as far as sneaking in? Are you sneaking, or are you just going to trumpet your presence and see what comes?
So were the gates partially open? Is that right? Because one of them was out. Okay, so the gates were partially open.
Yeah.
So we don't have to worry about that.
Well, if the enemies weren't attracted by the big explosion that I let off, we can try sneaking in, just so we don't let ourselves get seen immediately.
John and Jeffrey, would you each give us a D6 roll, please?
Nod.
Hey, I like to role play as much as I like to RL.
I know. Yep.
I think what you see.
That doom score.
So if you are waiting for a moment, what you see is that unfortunately, where your flame went off, there is a. It's not. Maybe it's like one of those golden things in the illustration there. It is a depiction of kind of like a Dwarden on one side, a Sylvaneth on the other. It seems to have been damaged before, and it kind of crumbles down, and in the after force of your fireball, it slumps down. More damage. It likely would have fallen at any point anyway, but just that's the further evidence. Once that hits the ground, there's no other response seemingly from within Karaznethil.
So we got a good chance of sneaking in. Yeah. Fireballing groups of unsuspected critters is always fun.
So are you just heading in, and that's...
I definitely don't want to go through the Stinger Swarm hive.
No.
Can.
They got right through Alicia's armor.
Yeah. She probably still has a few welts, although they're... Actually, that's why she has a wound, right? Yeah.
However, I'm thinking Nox is going to sample some of that Quicksilver honey. Just the one. Just to boost his armor by 1.
Yeah, and your toughness can be back up to full, Alicia, because you guys would have had the 10 minutes to catch your breath.
Okay.
Right?
Sure.
So, and sorry, Nox is taking a dose of the Quicksilver honey?
Yeah, we got like a barrel of the stuff, so...
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to just boost... I just take up +1 of my armor.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm at 2 for now.
Okay.
How many doses do we have?
A pot has 5.
5 to... Yep.
5, okay.
And you said did we have a barrel of it?
You would access... I'm assuming you're not bringing a barrel with you?
Yeah,
So...
So Alicia has it over her shoulder, you know.
Yeah.
Can we just leave it outside?
This is our Woody the Pooh homage. So Karaznethil is actually the 1,000-acre woods.
Yeah.
100-acre woods? What is it called? Where does Winnie the Pooh live?
I think it's
100-acre woods, isn't it?
1,000.
Is it 1,000?
I thought it was 1,000-acre woods, but I could be wrong.
Really? Oh, okay.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I mean, back in the old days, there were 1,000 acres of woods, lots of places. But
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 1,000 acre woods.
It's 1,000 acre.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. My memory's not failing me. All right, so then if you guys are heading in, here's the impression you get as you make your way into the proper structure itself. There will be steps like beautiful stonework and the working of the Garon or the Garon, no, not Garon, the Shaman infused wood. Imagine like teak steps, but that have little veins of bronze or silver that are cutting through it in the seams and the patterns that are in the swirling bits of the wood. It leads down, and even with the corruption and slime and whatnot on there, like the artistry in this direct is staggering. This place itself is in grand scale a unique creation anywhere in the mortal realms. You would not find a place that fuses those two Sylvaneth and Dwarden influences the way that this place does. High ceilings built up as well that have bits of corruptive verdigris that makes its way, or verdigris that makes its way up. And as you make your way down into the large and open square, you could tell that the square was designed to like bring light in and reflect, certain accent points where there is bits of polished bronze wood or, well forged and not chromed, but like steel weed that would capture the light and reflect it and give this whole place life and carry the sound of these communities, knowing that song was such a big part of these of this settlement too. You can almost picture the way that from the stage it would carry out the sound across and bring it down almost like a soft rain on those around it. But sadly now, a single shaft of light falls through a tightly woven canopy overhead. The central square of Karaznethil is flooded with brackish sludge that swirls with oily pollutants and half-rotted debris. Long immobile, there are branches that have been corrupted and fused together the mechanism that would open up the ceiling to those airships from the Caradron overlords who would so regularly come and trade with the folk of Karaznethil. The only part above water in this sprawling area is the stage. And the stage itself now is slathered in slime with outcroppings of spore-puffing fungi. What you can see japing and capering on stage are... Let me make sure I got the right illustration here.
3 greater demons capering. No.
I don't have an illustration for these, but we have a starting point for it.
Okay.
So imagine this. Let me get the size. It's only the size of Nox or Cal. Mm-hmm. Or Durek. Durek's just small. But unlike this thing, it isn't this giant thing with a giant mouth. It's clearly something has gone in this thing's spawning. Because what in place of the giant mouth that forms, what you have is strange orifices that are pointing out of its, almost like cavernous ribs that have grown askew and come out. But they seem to also be connected somehow to what passes for lungs in this, because as it moves along, it wheezes almost like a bile-filled bagpipe. where there's the wheezing and whining that comes out, but you can hear the gurgling of the pus and infection from within this thing. And it's dancing around, making this sound. And there are a small collection of nurglings, once again, that are our favorite little pimples with teeth, that are like and capering along to the sounds that this thing is making.
This world is horrible.
Yeah.
We, as in the players, will last for maybe about 1 second there.
Yeah. Well, to say nothing of the smell, right? Like the smell would be. And would you? Let's see here. Give us a D6 roll, Will, please.
Sure. Ooh. Oh, there we go. Slash.
Okay. So if you're looking around here, there's nothing else significant. There's like squatting toads that are in here that are horribly malformed and corrupted and like seemingly walking corpses or hopping corpses, I suppose, in their case. The numbers, let me tell you how many there are. Of the what makes up the band, there are oh god. Let me check one thing here. Let's remember the difficulty of the encounters. It's pretty easy to scale encounters up or down in this, which I really like. And here we go. I think you can see behind this, bile piper, you can see as well. Here we go. Seemingly like, if you will, the stage crew. There are in this area 2 swarms of 10 nurglings each that are dancing away and capering in this square. And let me just get these guys down here. Oop, did they? Yeah. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there is one cluster of them, all dancing away, and like a overripe blemish, they're just squirting disgusting pus out from themselves in their excitement. So that's all what's capering and dancing away in there. There is the bile piper. I will give Warhammer its laurels for some of the most horrifying portmanteaus. Let's see here. I guess it's not a portmanteau, but phrasings. All right, so there is our bile piper, and the stage crew for this that you can see are sort of banging together as a percussion section. Bits of corrupted bone that are clearly from Dwarden, bits of leftover and calcified chunks from Sylvaneth, and armor that likely both of them wore. And the rhythm section, as it were, each look like... Where is it here? This.
So disturbing.
And let me just do this here. Unsurprisingly, that is the cacophony that you guys can hear filling this room.
Well, no wonder they didn't hear the fireball. They're making so much noise.
Yeah.
Holy Toledo.
So, as a reminder, mechanically, swarms typically act as one unit, which means there's really one unit of Nurglings and then a second unit of Nurglings. If you do not see a health bar on something, you can assume it is a minion, which means one hit, one kill. If you do see a health bar on something, that means at minimum it is a champion, perhaps something even more powerful. But, which means they probably have a pool of metal themselves. But this is what you guys can see. Having witnessed this, how is everyone feeling? You can picture this is about the, I think like your average mall, like center courtyard, right? Picture that like twice, or like a food court, right? Terrible references, I know, but the clearly very thematic, Madison. Good job, good job. What I mean is like big enough to be like, it's a wide open area, but there's not really a lot of places to sort of hide unless you're going to go underneath that. And there is this disgusting brackish water, diseased, no doubt, that leads all the way up to this, where these things are. So figure there's like 2 zones between the edge and where you would reach the stage. So they would be, I guess, at long range from where you are. No, be 1 zone away is medium range, 1 zone would be extreme range.
Close was same zone, short was 1 off, medium's 2, and long is 3.
I think
That's at least what the ranges show in my spells.
Oh, is it? Hold up.
It's self, close, short, medium, and long.
No, self just means that you can only cast it on yourself too.
Well, yeah, but then there's close.
No, close is in the same zone. Medium is 1 zone away. Long
there's
is
short. There's short between close and medium.
Oh, hold up. Let me take a look. I don't remember, to be honest. And it does it different than Imperium Maledictum, which we were...
All these game systems confusing us.
Yeah, well, it's the lack of consistency. Like, don't get me started on the flipping back and forth between awareness and perception. Okay, here we go.
Do any of these things look like they can fly and or shoot?
None of them seem, but it's sometimes difficult to judge.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Close range is anything within arm's reach of the character. Melee attack. Short range is anything within your zone. Medium range is 1 zone away. Long range is 2 zones away. Extreme is 3. Okay, so I had it right, just the nomenclature was wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is the same as it is in Imperium Maledictum.
Close is melee distance. Got it.
Yeah. Okay. Then you know what? While you're thinking, why don't we take our mid-session break now? We're a couple minutes late for this. Take our mid-session break, refresh beverages, and then we'll come back and see what you plan on doing. I actually lost your camera too, Jeff. I'm not sure if you're...
Yeah, I'm having the intermittent internet.
Yeah.
The good news is I did buy a new computer, but it's not going to be here till Monday.
Oh, that's excellent. Is it in the mail?
No, hell no.
We have Canada Post is on strike for the non-Canadians. So, yeah, all right. We settled a file to this week too, and we jokingly told the plaintiff, like, so can we put the check in the mail? And he's like, not funny.
Oops.
All right, so we'll be back for those listening at home in about 5 minutes.
Sure.
Alrighty. What are you thinking, Jeff? You think we can take him?
I mean, I don't really know the combat in this game, so I'm not certain.
Well, it's fairly easy. Like they try to attack you, they got to exceed the chart thing, and then when they hit you, your armor kind of like reduces the damage you take, and
Yeah,
you compare that to your toughness, and you don't want your toughness to go away because then you lose.
I guess it all depends on how tough swarms are in this game.
Fireballs are good.
Mhm.
Okay, well then I think we can do it.
Well, my question is this isn't an open courtyard, is it? Like, could we like be up on the walls?
It depends on what range. He said it was like 2 ranges deep from where we could see the shore of the building or wherever they are. So
Yeah.
that's my fireball distance. I can't go further than that.
I'm just thinking one of two things. One, we can either be up on walls if it's an open courtyard, because it doesn't seem like any of these things have any kind of ranged ability. And Will can fly, correct? Can he? Yeah, so he could. So he can
Direct
be.
is aerial.
Yeah, so he's probably pretty safe unless one of these things can. I'm sure something here can probably spit, bile or something gross, but
Or summon one of those flying swarms because it is a greater demon or something.
I think he said that this is not a greater demon. He said this was kind of like the starting point of what it looked like.
Oh, okay.
I understand that looks like a greater demon, but I think this was something else. We have to clarify that. Or we try to hold them off at the door, like we let them in one at a time. You fireball stuff in the back. Alicia, hey Kev.
Yes, sir.
Is this an open courtyard or is this like, in other words, is there a roof?
There's a roof. Remember, it's overgrown. It used to open up to the sky for Karaznethil vessels coming in.
Yep. Okay.
But it's overgrown right now.
Right, but I guess is there a point where we could either be on the walls or the trees and looking down onto everything?
There's no trees in here.
Okay.
You can't see. There probably is a second level to here, but you'd have to kind of wade through this shit in order to get to access to it.
Okay, so there's no like walls. It's not like a completely open courtyard where like there's walls and then an opening down and below. With no roof.
No.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
you guys are. It opens up into a square, and then there are likely galleries that you could access to
Okay.
look down into it at some point. But you'd have to get access to the place itself before going up to
Okay.
there.
Got it.
Typical defensive features. You can't have your enemies just run in the gate and then get on your walls.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Sure. But I was thinking because Durek can fly. Like, yeah, I was thinking like he could be up on top, but if that's not possible for him to,
I mean, he can fly in here and definitely be like effectively one zone above them, but there's not like a place you could see where he could land necessarily. And as far as zones are concerned, you can kind of the Biopiper is sort of dancing back and forth between one zone that has the like picture it like one on one side where the percussion folks are, one on the other side where the percussion folks are, and then there are two zones where the swarms are, one in one zone, one in another. So like 4 zones worth of area that they're sort of filling up right now. Which means the Nurglings are probably 2 zones away from you, not 3. Dancing and splashing in the unspeakable fluids that fill up this place.
Nice.
If only the fluids were flammable.
Yeah. I mean, you haven't tested
So
that
with it-
theory yet. Getting them in their tiny mouths and spewing them out at one another.
I'm sure that Nox will test it shortly.
Yeah. So why don't we do this? If I mean, this isn't encouraging necessarily combat, but let's go ahead and get everyone in an initiative order here.
Absolutely.
Remove all turns, and then we'll figure out how you guys wish to proceed. And
So
I'll add-
initiative for Jeff's benefit is you just click the name initiative under combat abilities.
Okay. And I'll do one more.
Oh,
extra track
wait,
for-
wait, what? Oh, you clicked the word. Yeah, I got
Yeah.
it.
Okay. The percussion section. Go. Okay, it's Cal, and that's everybody. Okay, let me add these in. Biopiper 6. The Nordlings 4. And percussion section is a 2. All right, so then first up will be Jurek. What would you like to do? Yeah,
So let's
technically
see.
you would get 1 medal back, and then
I will go ahead and take to the air
okay.
and move. I think I'd still need to move closer to be within medium range of the front. little
Yes, you would need to move 1 zone forward.
zone.
Okay, and so
So
'cause-
I'm going to move forward, and then I'm going to attack that group.
let me just check the natural awareness. Okay, the Biopiper, he kind of, you can see his disgusting eyes get bigger seeing you. One of them kind of falls slightly out of the socket. And the tone of his piping gets a little more like dramatic and ready for a fight. And since we had such fun with it last night, let me get some fighting music going here, guys. This will be a classic for Will from our Night Below campaign.
It was a big hit last night.
It was, yeah, that was a... God, the guys picked a fight with about 30 trolls last night.
Because that's a good idea.
Yep.
Well, it was in like tiny spaces, and we did bring a tunnel fighter dwarf. So
Yeah. It was great. It was in tiny spaces, and then the dwarf cast in large on himself. So,
yeah,
Nice.
they had reach. I needed reach too. So I was like,
let me double check.
All right.
Here we go. I'm just going to double check the levels in this. That is way too fucking loud. Hold up.
If you guys would like a buff, stay within the same zone as me.
Okay, just one sec, guys.
Yep.
Sure, I said, in order for me to check the levels, I need to see you guys did. Okay, perfect. All right, we got death and action. Sorry about that. I said, in order to see the levels of the music, it isn't separate from the input from you guys. So if anyone talks, it immediately like spikes out over that. I want to make sure the music is audible, but not affecting you guys whatsoever. All right, so Derek, so it would be one. You're still at the same level of zone right now. You'll zoom one forward as your move, and then what would you like to do?
Yep. And then I'm going to lay down some hate and discontent with my rapid fire rivet gun.
Nice. Okay, and rapid fire with minions. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, you're hitting the swarm, aren't you?
Yeah, because see, it's got spread on it.
Yeah.
So I can waylay these bastards.
Ooh, what does spread do? It's on my GM screen, I think.
Basically, now, of course, with minions and whatnot, I'm not exactly sure how that works, but what the basic rule is, any creature within close range of the target takes half damage.
Okay. So let's see here. The swarm, as a reminder. Excuse me.
I love this group. Oh, big scary group of monsters. Let's kill it.
Yeah, so take double. So basically, it's not, they're going to take. I don't read it as the swarm takes damage as a single thing. It'll be basically double damage you get from whatever you do. Okay, so go ahead and give us your. Okay, hold on. Now your
Accuracy.
You know what I did? I said I was going to write them down. I didn't. But I did last time, though. I did last time, so we're good. Good, which means their defense is average, so you're rolling against a 3.
3. Okay. I'm learning slowly but surely. Come on. One success.
Does that focus help at all?
It does.
It can make it 2. I rolled a 2, so I can make that a 3, so I'd have 2 successes.
2 successes. That's 3 damage in total. Comes 6 damage. So why don't you tell us what it looks like as you come in and just begin unloading with your rivet gun.
Yeah, he's got that gun on his forearm and just lays down. I mean, it's like suppressive fire. He just comes in, just
all right,
and just start popping like little pimples they are.
Yeah, and there's a little like slick that forms of white pustules that just comes from where they're exploded. You have one medal, Jurek. Would you like to do anything with that?
Yeah, so I would. No, I'm going to hold on to it because I can use that for like a defense or something, right?
Nope, that's Zweihander or Blackbirds. In this,
I'm trying to remember.
Here's a reminder of what you can do with your medal. You can take an extra action. You can use a talent or miracle that requires the spending of it. Double your training, double your focus.
Yeah, well, let's just go ahead and do another action then.
Hell yeah. Okay.
No reason not to.
Got it.
I've got an ability that lets me react to something, but it's just when somebody casts a spell.
I was thinking of. I just couldn't remember. I think that might have been what I did the first time.
Holy smokes.
That's actually 5 successes.
Yeah. So your rivet gun just comes in and just empties out into that zone, completely clearing these things out. You guys have well and truly announced your arrival. Then it is the Bile Piper's turn. And let's see here.
You'd be considered long range, right?
Extreme from where you guys are right now.
Damn.
So you are 2 zones away. The Bile Piper does have... I'm looking at the wrong character, sorry. Oh my god. So he continues piping away, gleeful, that there is something more to play with now. He will, let's see here, spend his move to move into, to like slop down into the stew that's on the ground. He will spend his second action to move into your zone.
Oh.
And then he's going to spend 1 metal to yeah, and he will be able to engage with you because you're in the same zone still. He's going to then attack. So let me grab my d6s. I forgot to grab my Soulbound dice. Here. Oh, I could have grabbed my Marvel dice. Those would have been even better. Love those things. In fact, fuck it. I need a whole bunch of d6s anyway, so I might as well grab them.
Okay.
Oh, boy. I heard from Wick, Jeff, and he's going to be playing Marvel in the new year with his home group.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and they've got, he purchased the dice too, because they're, like, these are, I think I've showed the other guys, but these are the Marvel dice, complete with Marvel on the thing that has a game mechanic, because 616, rolling that has an effect on the, the game. For those who don't know, 616 is the home Earth of the Marvel Universe, and also the former address of Marvel Comics at one point, 616. Okay, so then it is, how many? One, here we go. Your defense is a average, which means you have 3. So as he's piping away, he comes in and there is a some kind of quasi claw or hand or whatnot that just oozes up, that is piping music as well, and swings at you, Direk. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points of damage, crushing. To make sure you apply your toughness.
Mm-hmm.
He is also surrounded by a buzzing swarm of flies that you had not noticed before. And holy shit, it's a big hit. What's your armor? Isn't your armor 3?
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. No, I've got armor 2. So
armor
that's
2.
4.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was going to say. All right.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to spend his final metal to swing once again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points of damage. So minus 2. So big fucking hit on this thing, and it's still gibbering and singing and making all that noise around you, and you can feel like the piping and sound itself. It seems to be seeping into your mind, Direk. You do the start of your next turn. Things aren't going to go well. Cal, what are you doing?
Okay, so Cal sees this thing move in on his new friend, and so I'm going to step into that zone.
So for you guys, the rancid water, let's see here, counts as effectively difficult terrain. I don't remember how that works in the game. I don't think it costs like double as it might affect, because you only have like one zone you can move. So it may just be that it's having other effects on you. Again, for those listening at home, it's been almost 2 months since we played this, so apologies for not having all the rules on the tip of my brain.
Well, while you look that up, once I am in that zone, I'm going to use my Shining Company, and I'm going to declare Durek and me are fighting defensively.
Nice. Okay. Good call. All right.
And then I can make an attack against it.
So basically,
right?
it counts you're going to be able to move 1, but your speed is just slower moving through. So if you're being chased or whatnot, it'll be slower.
It's hard to get out of there. Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
And you don't want to fall prone because then.
Yeah.
The shit.
So And then I'm going to attack this thing.
Go right ahead. Your difficulty is good versus good. Target number 4.
Okay, so attack target number 4. I don't put anything in melee bonus,
No
right?
melee
That's
bonuses,
correct?
no.
Yeah, okay.
Nice.
Ooh.
All right.
And I have
4.
I have 2 focus and 2 threes.
There you go. So that's 5 damage total as you lay into this thing. It's armor 2, so here we go. And then you have 1 metal as well. Now, hold on. When this thing is
that 1 medal like every round, or is that 1 medal total?
top of the round, you'll get 1 metal back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so you run in and slash into this thing. It sounds like a dropped bagpipe full of, mayonnaise. You have. You want to spend that metal? Take another action?
Yeah, I might as well spend it to attack it again.
Okay, go right ahead.
So spend the metal, do a second attack. Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another 4.
4, so 4 points, another 5 damage.
Yeah, another 4. Beauty.
Okay, so that long sword of yours flashes out. Behind me, Dwarden. Yeah, he calls out. So let's see here. Winus. There we are. All right, then, Nox. What are you doing?
Alrighty, well, since our elf ran ahead of us, I'm only going to be able to get myself and Lisa with this, but I'm going to cast Inferno Blades with my action.
Nice. So
hopefully
Cal is
I-
at medium range right now. You could move 1 zone forward if you want.
Yeah, but that puts me in the goop and potential swarming.
You're saying like there's a problem then.
Ooh.
Oh boy. Okay. Can you get anything out of
Uh-oh.
those focus points?
I can get 2 successes, but not the 3 I need. What can I spend?
How much soulfire you got, Scott?
We got 3 out of 4. So
You can spend your metal to double your focus, if that helps.
I could, but I plan on using another spell.
Isn't soulfire equal to the number of? Because the Leisha doesn't count towards the total for soulfire.
You have had us count it because it was at 3 before we started the session.
I'm
She just can't
100%
use it.
sure that I've never had Leisha count towards that. If you heard that, you misheard. Because Stormcast Eternals never count towards the soulfire.
Okay. Well, it's been 3 the entire time. I never changed that until now. So.
So it should be 2. Let's see if it is.
Yeah, but we've never spent that much.
Yeah, because she's never spent it, and we can't spend it on her. That's what we've.
Yeah, because she doesn't count towards your total for that. But I wonder if it's 1 plus.
Could be.
'Cause let's see here.
Equal to the number of soulbound in the party.
There we go. So yeah, it'll be 3 is
Okay.
what it's at right now. So
I'll reduce it back down to 3 then. So we still got 3. It's just.
okay. So do you want to spend that? Because that's
I do what.
one of those is a
See,
reroll, right?
We need to roll. You can
Reroll as many
reroll-
dice as you like.
Yeah, I'll reroll.
Okay.
We'll do that one. I'll mark down to
Soulfire does not. Just FYI for the rest. Is everyone on board with that spend?
Yeah, it's fine.
Characters.
Okay. Fine.
Why wouldn't
Because Soulfire comes back by achieving things. It does not come back at the start of each turn
Right.
Yeah.
or each session.
So it's like you sort of would feel something pulling on your soul, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm drawing on a shared connection to fuel the spell.
I mean, I think that I would probably be okay with that because, this is the dangerous thing. I don't see my character objecting to that.
Okay.
At least not at this moment.
And Durek?
okay, I know it says he can reroll a number of dice, but it also says he can get maximum successes.
I think you need to call that before you roll.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't remember. Thanks. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. Do it.
Cool. Let's try that again. There we go.
Okay,
So that'll give me 3 with the focus spend.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll get
so
3.
you get
so I can
success.
cast it.
Okay.
So so I draw on the ether of magic around us, and basically my weapon and Leisha's weapon ignite in fire. So if you hit with the weapon, it's gonna, on the enemy's turn, they suffer 1 damage that ignores their armor. So flaming weapons
Nice.
are cool. And then I'm gonna spend a metal, and I'm gonna lob a fireball in the same square, and I'm gonna ignore Durek and Kai in the explosion area.
Cal.
Cal, yeah. Oh, like an eye, Cal. Here goes. Come on, big money. That will net me 3 successes.
Okay. So then it does 1, so it'll be 2 damage.
Yes.
To
And
every.
gain a minor hazard rate for 1 round.
Okay, and then. And it's one of your talents that allows you to keep the characters immune, right?
Yes. It is
Can't remember if it
this
is.
one.
Oh, there you go. Great.
And I happen to have 2 focus.
Okay, fantastic. All right, then that is so 2 points of damage, and does he? So as it explodes around you guys, the bile piper dissipates. Then it is the Nurgling's turn. So the Nurglings are going to surge in, and I think we're going after you, Cal. Just you're the one who's on the ground. So they all come surging forward. Oh, actually, I can split them into 2 swarms and do 1 group on Cal and 1 group on Durek. Do I want that? No, fuck it. We'll do all of them on Cal. All right, because I want to roll that many dice.
We're gonna break you in quickly there, Jeff.
Yeah, okay, so it's starting point plus...
Good thing you boosted your defense.
Yeah, my defense is great right now.
Okay, which means I need 6s in order to get you. So
That helps.
that definitely helps. Let's see, we got 1 point of damage, which I don't think gets through your armor.
No, I have 2 armor.
Yeah, so these things are swarming over you and trying to get in, and your armor and between your armor and your shield and your defensive thing, they're just not able to get in on you. Durek, you see that your elven friend just disappears underneath a wave of these disgusting things.
Yeah, it doesn't affect my toughness. Doesn't affect my disgust level. Though.
Yeah, the smell of these things is just unspeakable. You thought that the slick that you're in was bad enough. These things are so much worse. You don't want to think about what's oozing down the back of your armor. Leisha, what are you doing? Oh, you're muted. Mo?
Huh, that's why a couple of my jokes didn't land. All right, I thought you guys were just ignoring me.
No. Okay. I thought you guys were just jerks. Sorry, Robert.
Yeah, no, that's all right. I had hit it on this instead of on here, so it didn't show it as being muted.
Oh, shit.
Okay, anyway. Yeah, I was coming up with this huge plan and everything. Like, okay, they're just rushing in without, okay, whatever. So Alicia sees her new friend disappearing under a wave of so which ones did they disappear under? Which swarm?
The Nurglings, yeah.
All of them, or just one
All
group?
of them. All 10 are just
All
kind
of them.
roiling
Alright.
forward like a disgusting scum of bubbles across this slick of putrescence, and then
And
caught up over him.
And we killed the big guy? I missed that.
Yep.
Okay,
Durek,
sorry, I completely missed.
Cal came and hacked it
was-
twice, and then Nox blew it up with a fireball.
Yeah, I
Okay,
stole the
that's
kill.
right.
I stole
That's
the
right.
kill.
Sorry, there was some yelling going on upstairs, so I was a little distracted for a moment, but
No problem.
for a few moments. Nice job, guys. So she seems to think that the new elven friend is in a little bit of trouble. Joined in,
So,
didn't know what he was doing.
As far as like where everything is in relation, Alicia, the one zone forward is where these Nurglings have swarmed on top of Cal and where Durek is flying. Nox is right next to you. And your weapon is currently blazing with fire as well.
I remember that bit. Yep.
And it is 3 zones ahead is where the percussion section is.
Okay, so it's the Nurglings that have fallen on top of
Cal.
Okay, Cal.
Yeah.
All right. So she is going to cast Shield of Faith on Cal.
Okay.
That's within medium range.
Okay.
So that's one action.
Okay.
And
do you have to make a invoke or something like that?
Yeah, is that the manifest roll? Oop, what's that do? Beseech God.
Nope, you don't have to roll for it.
Nope. Yep.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yep. So that goes on Cal.
So your defense, Cal,
Is superb.
Yep. Yep. So, and then can she get to one of the percussion section groups?
They're 3 zones away.
They're 3 zones away.
So you
All
could
right.
move one zone as your move action. You could move a second as your action. And then you could spend a medal to move the third and still have 1 medal left to do something. If you wanted.
Well, she knows not to leave Nox too far behind, or she's going to get yelled at. So, she's so
At this point, he'll go.
what's happening? Go away. Yeah. Okay. Actually, what she's going to do instead is she's going to go up to the group that's surrounding Cal, and then she's going. So that's one action, or she already.
What
she's
one
within
move?
One?
It would just be a move to get into that zone, and then you have your action still for this round.
Okay. And then she still has her action. So then she'll cast Light of Sigmar using 1 medal.
Okay.
So that is this.
There we go. Make a devotion check.
Yep.
Oh, it's area effect too, so it's going to do double damage.
Yep.
So here we go.
Target number 5 did
That's
say?
right. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Come on,
No
big
devotion
one.
bonus. 2 successes.
Nice. Can you get a third out of it with the focus?
Doesn't look like, no.
Okay.
Do I need?
So then that is 4 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
So 4 of them just, what does it look like as you bring Sigmar's wrath down on these things?
Yeah, she basically like raises the sword like she's about to attack, but instead like light comes from somewhere, focuses at the tip, and then just spreads out in a washing wave. Yeah.
Watch, half of them are scorched off of you, Cal. Almost half.
Nice.
You have, so that'll be 1 medal. You have 1 medal left if you want to spend that as well.
No, she's gonna hold off for now.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Then it is the percussion section. They are not pleased about what just happened. So they were 3 zones to be 1 zone to get in. Let's take a look at the charge action, because I think that is a thing we can do.
And Durak, you're in the same zone as Leash and Cal now, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can only ignore 2 people with my spell.
Okay. So these things are all going to charge in on the lot of you. So they... And let me just refresh my memory. How they can group up or not. 3 or more plague bearers can create a swarm. That's amazing. All right, so let's do 4 on Cal, because he's particularly defensible right now. 3 on Leisha, 3 on Durak as he's zipping around. Nape of the earth. All right, so let's do... And you guys don't even want to think about the things they're using as weapons right now. All right.
Nope.
I need 6s to hit Cal. Okay, 1S. Yeah. Go. 2 successes. What's your armor?
Okay.
So that's
2.
3 damage. So you will actually take 1 toughness. And would you give us a difficulty 4 fortitude test, please, using body? It's one of your skills.
Oh. There it is.
This
Body,
hacks into you.
fortitude, roll. Oh, what's the DN?
4.
4. Okay.
And no bonus dice. There you go. Okay, so you're not poisoned. Leisha, what is your defense right now?
My defense right now, because I don't think I'm buffed, in fact, I know I'm not buffed, is still great.
So great, okay.
Yeah.
So I need... so I need 5s to get you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. 4 and extras. Here we go. 3 points of damage.
Okay. That's on toughness, right?
But you subtract your armor first.
Right, which is, hold on. Keep close on this. Armor is currently, where'd it go on you?
I think your Sigmar I play is 3.
Yeah, where's this on here? I'm like,
Armor.
oh, 3. Yep, it's 3.
Okay, so these are battering away on your Sigmarite
Yep.
armor, does not affect it. And then Jurek, your defense is currently a good, which means I need 5s to get you. No, so I needed 6s to get you, Alicia, so you wouldn't have taken any damage anyway. I miscalculated. Sorry. Okay, and then Jurek, here we go. 1 hit, so I don't even get through your armor. Okay.
Awesome.
Then, top of the round, Jurek, you get 1 medal back. What are you doing? You currently have...
Let's see.
Everything is in the same zone right now.
Well, that's not good, damn it.
Good boy.
Guess I go melee at this point. The other hand, the other arm. Here comes the etheric saw.
Okay.
And
So
I guess I'm attacking
your difficulty is going to be a 3.
Okay. Right. Target number 3. Go. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
3 successes.
Oh, okay. That is... And can you get anything... Oh, no focus points.
Yeah, I don't have focus yet in my melee.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh, okay. There we go. Awesome. So that is 3. Their armor is 0. Why don't you tell us what it looks like as you carve through all 3 of the percussion section members with their saw?
It's let's see here. It's probably like he kind of flies in a little bit.
Yeah.
And he probably puts the saw through all 3 like a freaking shish kebab.
All right. You have 1 medal.
Well, why not do it again? Why not?
So there are 3 on Leisha and there are 4 on Cal.
I think Cal will probably be all right.
Okay.
Let's get let's cover Leisha. And Nox, you're far enough back, yes?
I'm 1 zone away from the action, but that could change at any moment.
All right. Let's try that.
Kev is an asshole.
I'm looking behind my back just in case someone's coming.
So yeah, and it's a free action to engage with something in your zone. So you, holy smokes!
Oh.
So that is, boy, it's a. Had you gone
Super effective.
had you gone to the ones that were on Cal, you would have carved through all of them and started getting into the Nurglings.
Oh.
But we're remembering the rules for how minions work, so we're all learning.
Yep. Yep.
Actually, that's not true because they're two separate swarms. You don't get to skip from one swarm to another. But yeah, you get through yours. You the engines kind of flare on your aether, ether or something rig, and then you zip in. And Leisha, these three are taken off by Durex slamming into them.
Nice.
Could technically move as well if you'd like, Durex. So, like for instance, if you want to get some distance, you could go up one. To be one zone up.
Yeah, let's do that just to maybe keep me out of their range a little bit.
Okay.
With your toughness bottomed out, up.
Yeah.
My toughness.
He gets his elevation once again. Cal, what are you doing?
Okay, so
You get your medal back. One medal back.
yeah, so my medal comes back. I use my bulwark skill talent triggers.
Yeah. Jesus.
So I'm nigh unkillable as my defense goes to extraordinary.
Yeah.
It's the highest here.
And then I will try and cut these nurglings off of myself
Okay.
because I'm grossed out by them.
Yep. Your difficult. Oh. Okay. I forgot something from last time, but does not. Oh shit. So
the goop he's in.
Yeah. Well, no. Just the thing with the nurglings is when those 5 nurglings exploded before, you take 5 points of damage, Cal. That gets through armor because every single one of them explodes in a disgusting bile that seeps in.
Oh, so I take how much damage?
You've taken 5 points of damage from them.
Oh my god.
What about Lelisha then? Because she was there.
Were you engaged when you killed those?
Wait, is
I
my
thought you did light a Sigmar when you were in there, didn't you?
Yes.
Yep. So you would take 5 points of damage as well.
So
Okay,
my
Sorry,
Go ahead.
Jeff. Is
toughness is going down? My toughness is
your
going
blue
down?
bar correct? Yeah, your toughness.
Okay. Like that. Okay.
There you go.
Well,
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to read that. So yeah, these things are full. Whatever they're full of is this caustic, sludge that also gets you. Which technically Durek was in the zone as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
do you want to kill him? Because that will kill him.
No. Because just remember, you take how much damage it is, and that tells you what level of wound you take. It's 5 points of damage. Is a deadly wound. It fills 3 tracks on your wound space, but fortunately, Dwarven have 4 tracks on their wound space. No, you got more than that. Oh my god, you got 6. So it'll be 4 tracks on your wounds, Durek, as this caustic shit comes in on you.
Okay, sorry.
And you took 5 toughness, Leisha.
Okay, 5 toughness. Okay.
All right, now how do I reflect that on the?
How do we kill these things without having them explode like that?
We all get back and we let somebody shoot them
Hold
from a
on.
distance.
I'm cheating once again. Leisha and Jurek ignore those things. It's close range, not short range.
Okay.
Yeah. It's only things you're in melee with. Yeah, it's engages. So Cal was unfortunately. You want to kill these things so you've got some distance. So ignore me, Jurek. Don't worry about your wounds. Don't worry about your toughness, Leisha. Cal, we're back to your turn. Sorry, so you did get the first batch of those little fuckers hurt you. What are you doing?
I don't know. I can only take so much damage getting them off me, but I kind of have to. So I will try and push them off or cut them off.
So is it the swarm of Nurglings you want to attack first, or is it the swarm of the percussion section?
Are they both in my zone?
They're the ones that are both engaged with you too. They're both on top of you.
Yeah. Okay. I'll kill the other guys first because
Okay.
I don't feel like the Nurglings are getting through.
Okay.
So.
And if you dance,
What's their DN? 4?
So the DN for them is going to be 3 actually.
3.
They're even easier to hit.
if you disengage with the Nurglings, I can blow them up for you.
So I can get 3 success.
3 successes, so that's 4 points of damage, and it is that's enough to get all 4 of them because they don't have any armor.
Oh,
what
nice.
it looks like as you carve your way through all of them.
Just kind of ignoring them, and he's just, slashing through them like they're barely there with the long sword.
Yeah, they try and defend with like the leg of a Sylvaneth. It shatters, and you carve through them. There's a dwarven rib cage that one has been using as a xylophone. It smashes, and you cut into that as well. You have 1 medal. What would you like to do? And a move.
I'm going to use my metal and try and cut these things off of me.
Okay. Now, what you could also do is, if you have any drops, you can use drops. I think we've been saying it's an action to use the drops, but you can spend them to recover however many drops you spend. That's how much toughness you get back.
Oh, maybe I would do that first. Because I don't want to take actual wounds.
Okay.
And so how many,
1 drop per 1 toughness.
Oh, okay. And what was the container sizes? They
were it's
vial...
either drops, files, or spheres. It should be at the bottom left, I think, of the character sheet.
I just didn't see it.
So where your equipment is,
oh,
right
there!
under.
Oh, I have 45 drops. Okay, I do see it. Aha. So, and I can spend however many I want, or there's a limit?
I mean, like, you got a max of 7 toughness, but...
Yeah, right, but I could recover it all.
Yeah.
In 1 drink. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll
so that'll
6.
be your metal spend.
Yeah, and my metal spent.
And knowing that you've got a fire wizard in your group, do you want to spend remember, no attacks of opportunity, you have to have the opportunist talent in order to use it. Do you want to back up so Nox can hit him with a fireball?
Well, aren't they? They're not actually on me.
They are actually on you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Both swarms were all on you, right?
So they're like, oh, I see. If I move back,
You don't have to move the zone. You just have to pull out of close range from them.
Yeah, close range is engaged. Close range is melee in this game.
Okay, yeah, I'll step back. I'll move back.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you stagger back, leaving an opening. Nox, you get 1 metal back. What are you doing?
And there's this almost feral grin on Nox's face as he raises his hand and fireball emerges again. And he's going like, "I'm gonna kill you," and just
Okay.
yeah, that's 5 successes.
Nice. So 5, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And you can see that disgusting and caustic bile has been superheated and sprays off over the area, but does not hit you this time, Cal.
Yeah, I was hesitant because when 3 people are in there, I would probably not select Alicia because she's got the highest armor. But I'm glad somebody moved out of the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. Because Durak went up. That's right.
Yep.
Something to bear in mind. Nox can only get 2 of you immune to it. So
until I boost my focus up 1 more, but that's a lot of experience.
All right. Now, Wood. Who rolled last time? Nox did, I think. Robert, would you give us a D6 roll, please?
Sure.
Oh, I remembered where I recorded our Quicksilver Honey. It's on the Soulbound sheet under our resources.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah,
so
there's
we had 25 doses, so I used 1.
Okay. So with them down, you will have an opportunity to catch your breath, and I believe it's at the end. As long as you got a moment to catch your breath, you will be able to get your toughness back.
Yeah, poor Durek.
There you go. Take a breather. 10 minutes rest and recuperating. When you're finished resting, your toughness returns to its maximum. So before you do that, though, let's put ourselves back in the scene. There's that vile platform in the middle. You're able to look around and take in the corrupted grandeur around you. What are you guys intending on doing?
Yeah, Nox has like this disgusted look on his face as he's looking over the waters like, I don't think that's sanitary. It looks questionable to me.
Yeah, you think?
Disgusting.
Everyone can put their metal back to maximum for sure.
Okay. Make the new guy take a drink.
You can
I
hear.
think while the others are resting.
Alicia goes over to Cal and says, "Nice job." Yeah.
Sturdy.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then,
I fought many foes like this.
as kind of like as a player, it's like when you started throwing everything up there, I was like, "Oh my God, we're gonna die." Because I still keep thinking of us as like kind of maybe low to mid-level characters, because that's about how long we've been playing. But low to mid-level in this game is like our superheroes.
Yeah,
So-
they're pretty badass.
Yeah.
But those nurglings are terrifying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I suppose while everybody's doing that quick rest, Nox didn't take any wounds. He's ecstatic. He's like, "I love you guys. You're the best."
Yeah.
I'm gonna go look at this corruption, see if I can cleanse a bit of it.
Yeah.
So everyone other than Jurek is still hovering. He could land on the stage and not expose himself to this slime. But Nox, you would have to, unless you've got some way of hovering or flying.
No, Nox is gonna try like cleansing it to see if that helps at all, but I don't know if it will.
Not in a
Cleanse
lasting
spell?
way. No, it's trying to push back a lake.
Okay. Hey, Durak, you can carry me, can't you? That thing work for two?
I think I can carry one person.
Would
I
occupy
mean, I
your
will through it if I
hands.
have to. I've been working on my fortitude, but
Exposure to
squishy.
this, so mechanically, you know that exposure to this necessarily isn't going to cause toughness. Only if you are knocked prone at some point, that's when you got to make a check. But otherwise, it's just disgusting, and like you're gonna have to burn those robes afterwards.
yeah, I like my robes.
Mhm. So what do you guys do? Exits from here. I brought up the map of Karaznethil once again, just to give a context. From here, from the maps you were given, you should be able to reach the Lord's Hall, the Song Forge, and the Root Halls. But you know there are three greater demons of Nurgle somewhere in here too.
I'm because I know we wanted to explore like Songforge, Mural Hall, and Casa Elementary, just so we can try to figure out if we can figure out the magical key to get through that barrier that's ahead of us. And I think the Songforge and Mirror Hall might hold the keys to that. So I think we'd probably explore for the openings for the root halls. Or the Songforge. I'm not sure which anybody wants to do. I vote for the root halls.
Sure.
I think I agree.
Okay.
Wherever this infestation is, I suggest we go there and cut it out.
Although,
Burn it out.
remember, we are trying to get to the Casa Elementary because we know that's where the forge is.
And I think we're trying to find like ways of bypassing the barrier without breaking it, so the eggs for the Sylvaneth or whatever don't get corrupted. And there might be a way to do so if we look at the because the Songforge plays some role in the magic,
Yes. Okay. Nope, that makes sense.
and the Mural Hall might hold clues as far as deciphering whatever spell it was.
Yeah. Well, if you think, I forgot about that. But if we think that the Song Hall, you said that was like likely to help us in removing the corruption that might occur.
Well, the Songforge, at least, I know that the songs in general are part of the casting, especially in the stories involved. So it's probably.
But would any of us be able to use them?
I'm fairly talented in magic. I can give it a good,
Okay.
good attempt.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason you brought a wizard, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But how's your singing voice is the question.
Honeyed, I think.
Honey. I'm okay with either.
I don't think there's a song skill, but yeah,
Is there a perform skill?
don't see one. That's a shame.
Entertain.
I like perform. Oh, entertain. Entertain. It's based on soul, so I'm not the best at it. It's probably Leisha's.
Yeah, I was fixing to say it's probably Leisha.
Oh God.
Is it
She's
soul
like,
score?
but would she be able to learn the songs? Like, it's like, yeah. I'm okay with. Yeah, she's okay with either one. Either the Stoneforge or the Root Halls. She agrees going to check out, and not only that, it's sort of like behind us, so we don't want anything coming up behind us while we're exploring. Down into Kazalem and Terry.
Yeah, clear this place out. So
yeah,
I vote we work towards the mural hall and go through the root halls,
And then come back.
yeah.
Okay. So where are you heading to first?
Root halls. It looks like
The root halls. Okay.
Let's do it.
I love our timing. It's like, well, we're setting up for another reveal.
cliffhanger. That's Kev's specialty.
Yes.
Let's see.
I mean, in the session we had last night, you literally have my character at single-digit hit points.
Yep.
Jeff's character is running with the MacGuffin we're trying to get back, and David's character is dodging spells that the troll shaman woman is throwing at him, and then healing himself because he's a paladin, and it's pissing her off.
It was Jeff made it. We ended this. The last action that Jeff's guy took was he successfully rolled like 14 or 15 that he needed in order to tumble past 2 fucking trolls in order to make his way right next to where John's character is.
And he actually spared me the hit I would have took that would have taken me down because he took it.
Yeah. All right, so I'm sorry, I was just double checking to see where things were right now. All right,
The game is so fun.
heading into the that's great to hear. But you're right, Robert, too, about like the toughness of these things. I was like, all right, well, they say it's going to be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. You guys easily handle those things. All right, then.
Let's just call out those 3 greater demons.
I think we're going to find one when we get down to the mirror hall. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just
Probably. Yes.
So
At least.
I'm pretty sure we'd have found one on the Songforge if we'd gone in there too. So I'm like, let's delay it one more session.
Ooh, look at this, guys. So though their Caradron cousins took to the air, the Dwarden who stayed in Karaznethil never gave up the comforts of the earth. Beneath Karaznethil, they build homes much like the Karaks of their ancestors, and the Ironbark Sylvaneth who joined them found these underground residences amenable places to lay down their roots. The root halls span almost as wide an area as every other location in Karaznethil combined. For those are the places where the average resident of the Karak Grove slept, worked, ate, and spent their leisure. They wind and twist like forest paths, and getting lost in the expansive subterranean network is easy. The complexity of all survival and mind, all the mind survival, body survival tests are increased by 1. Compounding this are the changes brought on by the Maggot-kin invasion. Many chambers have collapsed, while others are flooded with the effluvia of the great unclean ones. Pained moans echo through the tunnels, for the demons use the root halls now to store both captives and corpses. The nauseating stench from these fermenting chambers is that of bodies left to rot, some living, some dead, each incubating a dozen different parasites and diseases. Many prisoners here are feverishly delirious, too weak to walk or even recognize friend from foe. But as you come across the first group of these, we're going to have to do a extended test to navigate through here in order to get to the mural hall. Let's start with back to Jeff and John. Give us D6 rolls, please.
Or I'd like to say I regret my decision, but I'm not changing it.
I mean, the other way's not going to be very nice either, so, you know.
That is right.
Okay, I do two.
Because like Nox is inherently a good person. He's like feeling for all these people trapped and corrupted. It's like,
And you can hear them too, and I think like you're probably, it's as you're making your way down through this cramped area. Tell us what the kind of formation is for everyone moving through here too. Knowing the low ceilings, the cramped kind of quarters, the disgusting corruption, the having to backtrack because of collapsed chambers or passages.
Well, how wide is the passage?
Probably on average, I think about like a 2-lane roadway, probably, because you would need enough time for, if they're moving and living in here, and there's so many down here, you need to have enough space for people to move. And there would be like abandoned carts down here. This is kind of like, Halls of the Elven King meets Khazad-dûm vibe in these kind of areas.
Well, Nox will feel most at home between two very tough characters, so he's probably somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, Alicia's perfectly happy to take up one of the spots in the front.
Okay.
And he has this spell called Ghost Light. I'm just going to click on it so you can see it.
Okay.
So if we need light, he will be using that.
Yeah, you probably do. On and off, you probably do. Because there would be magical illumination down here too, but the corruption and the damage, so there's probably patches where it's out.
So that's 5 successes, so I can keep this up for an hour, or 5 hours if needed. So
And what do your moats look like?
it's basically everything around him is like forge related. So it's like little sparks from the forge that have just solidified into glowing orbs, and they just spiral around the group.
Okay, so that's what you're moving through in those darkened areas. Jirek, what are you doing? Are you in the ground, or are you kind of puttering around Nape of the Earth style, or?
No, he's probably walking at this point.
Okay. What are you making of all this strange, like you would be most familiar with the Kharadron. So like the Kharadron typically don't build Carracks the way that the ancient dwarves did. So that in and of itself would be unusual. But then the added influence of the Sylvaneth down here too. How's Jirek feeling about this unique location?
He's not happy to be underground fundamentally. That's not natural to him. You know, he's a Skyrider.
Yeah.
You know, so this is not his element. So he is not happy.
Okay. Well, about Cal, you would likely, or at least passingly familiar with some Sylvaneth elements, but
yeah, that part maybe doesn't feel so strange. But I mean, obviously the muck and grossness of it just does not feel right.
there may be a memory of Gul Dulgur as well. The corrupted, for those listening at home, we're not mispronouncing. We've jokingly named one of the places from Cal's backstory after a certain location in Mirkwood. So,
but I think that it's like there's almost some humor, you know, to himself of like, if I was still trying to maintain my armor and was sort of not disgraced, like it would be so frustrating moving through here. Like, so there's almost relief, a strange relief and like inner humor to himself of like, there's disgusting crap getting all over my armor, but you know,
yeah,
it's not stressing him out like it used to, which so it's kind of yeah, it's funny to him.
If anybody makes comments about how disgusting it is down here, Nox says, just be glad you can't see the magical energies everywhere.
Yeah, this is rife with the stench of chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Although there still is, if you're doing that, why don't you give us an awareness check, Nox?
Yeah, I'm like role-playing wise, like he's almost always half in and out of it.
Yeah.
What target number?
Target number 3. Wow.
He always nails these freaking awareness tests.
So there is still an element of so there still is the predominant feature is still going to be Shaman. So it's a corrupted element of the earth or of metal, but there's some small thing that is pushing back against, like the reason there still is Shaman here, there is something that is preventing the full and complete corruption of this.
That just tugs something inside of Nox. It like wants to reach out and cradle that thing and breathe it back into flame like you do in a forge. It's just
you can almost feel like however dank and chill and whatnot there is down here, it's almost like the passing of a the heated wind pushed out from a forge kind of fills you up from behind, and it's the forge. The forge is somewhere here, and it even outside of the Kazal Lementiri, it is influencing this and preventing the full and final collapse of this place.
And Nox will mention is like I can feel the embers of the forge. They're not gone yet. They're dim.
And as you guys are going, would you each kindly give us a, let's say, a difficulty 5 reflexes body check, please?
Ooh. These means I don't have to, but then I probably just fail.
He's
Okay.
flinching away from all the yucky stuff. Yeah, no successes.
You said this is a body check?
Yeah,
Difficulty
reflexes
5.
body, please.
Reflexes. Oh, reflexes body. Okay. That's right. Those can change. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Nox, you have 2 points of soul fire left. Did you want to re-roll?
Do I want to, though?
Because here's what happens, is as you're moving along, there is a point where there's like a pool of corruption and then a little bit of a raised area. And as you're moving past that, it's only then you realize that there is, and I think Cal, Leisha, and Durek, you all notice this and are able to jump back, but there is a seam that forms and you realize it is an orifice that you're walking across in the very earth, and it opens up, and Nox, you're going to stumble down into it.
I think in that instance he would want to, even though as I have no bonuses, as you can see, to this particular stat. So
What do you guys think? Everyone
it's
okay
like
with
a 50-50 shot.
that?
Well.
Cal and Durek, you're okay with Nox drawing on that power?
Well, I mean, even if they're not, I'm going to do it. It's just
Exactly. It's just a question of whether
The
Doom goes up.
can increase.
Yeah.
I mean, I've kind of come to accept that this is a thing right now. Maybe he would, if he knew him better, he might question it. But I think that, like, in this newfound part of the relationship, he's not
cool. Just poke that
Okay.
Doom value.
fighting it, or so to speak, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So was that an okay or not? Okay?
yeah. He's letting it happen.
Okay.
And
There
Durek?
we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I made it. You guys.
There
are so
you
great.
go. So it stumbles back, and you can see there are. It looks as if this thing has been grown from the broken and busted bones and fragments of Sylvaneth corpses that make up the jaws in here. As it kind of, and you can see there's a sizzling, almost like a stomach bile that would be digesting him if he hit to the bottom.
Yeah, I think narratively, because he's always half in his witch side, that he's not seeing stuff he should,
Yeah.
and apparently the squishy wizard needs you guys to help fuel his frail body.
So then, guys, that will bring us to the end of the session, and I think we've been giving. Let me double check. Do you remember offhand how much XP we're given each session?
I think it's at least one, unless we do something big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1 XP then for everybody, because you did defeat that group. I'm going to double checking for getting Soulfire back.
There is a talent you can like cook a meal. And
You know
do
what,
it, but I
guys?
that one.
You're going to get 1 Soulfire back. If you achieve a short-term goal, you guys have breached the gates of Karaznethil, so you'll get 1 Soulfire back.
Oh yeah, access Karaznethil Kazal are long term, but the short term,
Yeah.
that definitely works.
Yeah, so you guys are good.
And we got one last time, I think. So which I
So we're back to 2 or 3
Yep.
now.
Yep. Okay.
Yep,
Got it.
excellent. Okay, and then you got 1 XP, and then for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for part 7 of the Iron Groves of Karaznethil. A reminder as well, we are making use of the Ruins of Karaznethil PDF that Cubicle 7 put out for it. It's fucking super cool source book, or little source packet. What is it? 10? No, it's what? 20 pages long-ish. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the game, or the adventure we're playing, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. There's also a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where we have a channel dedicated to all the Warhammer role-playing games we run on the channel, including Soulbound. And you are more than welcome to join us over there. There's also channels for Finite Group, GM discussion, virtual tabletop chat. Like, there's a really terrific and knowledgeable and helpful community over there, and you are more than welcome to join us. There's also a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games. Noble Knight Games is the preeminent unionized retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. Not only do they have an incredible selection of new role-playing games, board games, and card games, they have an unmatched selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs. They are currently, I can't remember if their Black Friday sale goes through to Monday or not, but at present, they have a Black Friday, at least yesterday, they had a Black Friday event going on. It was free shipping in the US and free shipping internationally over a certain amount, different amounts for different countries. And if you make a purchase of $10 or more through their website, be sure to enter the code MuserFrost. It's listed in the description. It will save you 10% in your purchase, and it'll change as of January 15, 2025. So if you're listening to this after that time, come to one of our more recent videos, see what the current discount code is. If they don't have something in stock in their extensive catalog, just put it on you can put it on a want list. They'll send you an email when it comes in, and you can pick it up at your leisure. There is also a link down below to something called Heroes Save Villages, which is the charity fundraising we do in the channel. It benefits the SOS Children's Villages International Charity, an incredible organization active in over 130 countries, benefiting over 80,000 orphaned and abandoned children. All donations through that link go directly to them. None of it goes to the channel or any other middleman. It just goes to benefit the kids who are serviced by SOS Children's Villages International. And it's a small way of saying thank you. We have voting going on right now for the final mashup session for 2024. We have been in the second half of the year taking classic RPG adventures or campaigns and mashing them up with games they're not designed to be played with. Currently, we have voting going on for the Dracula dossier, originally published for Night's Black Agents by Kenneth Haidt. And we have 4 different games that it can be mashed up with. If you have donated $25 or more since the start of the year, head on over there, cast your vote for what game you want to see us play it with. And then voting ends tomorrow afternoon. And then we will be playing that session on December, I want to say 21st. 21st, I think, is when we're playing that mashup. All donations, again, go through that link, go directly to them. None of it goes to the channel or any other middleman. It just goes to help the kids who are serviced by SOS Children's Villages International. As a final thing, a huge thank you to our stalwart bound heroes. So, Jeffrey, Robert, John, and Will, thank you so much for playing today, guys. This was really fun having the whole group together.
It was.
Very nice.
Yes.
Then we'll be back in Karaznethil in 2 weeks' time. But until then, we hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our soulbound heroes are encountering and overcoming as they're trying to cleanse Karaznethil and find the forge of found futures. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.